Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live. Today's Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. We are in the final hour of the trading day. My favorite time to trade because the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithm. I consider them smart money. I consider following what the large financial institutions do in the last hour and in particularly in the last few minutes. A practice that you can follow that will, in the long run, give you an edge in trading. So that's why I like to make my buying and selling decisions in that last hour and particularly in the last few minutes. So how's it going, everybody? Good to see you. Thank you for coming today. I really do appreciate it. Christmas Eve, no, sorry. Thanksgiving Eve day. Right? So tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Obviously, the market's going to be closed tomorrow. And then, by the way, Friday, it's a half day. So we're going to be starting, the market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I will be starting here at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Friday. So it's only a half day. So if you tune in the regular last hour, I will not be here. So thank you all for coming. It's good to see everybody. I really like to see everyone. I'm very grateful for this group, so thank you so much. Currently, the Dow Jones is down 193 points, down 0.65%. The NASDAQ, however, is up 55.4 points, up 0.46%, and the S&P is down 8.11, down 0.22%. So we've had kind of a mixed market, some red, some green, but the NASDAQ getting the best of it today. Okay, so listen, here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have just one day trade today that I'm going to share with you. After that, we're going to go over and take a look at your positions over on the board. And as I glance over there, I see some positions that are up really nice. So that's going to be fun to take a look at those. After that, going to spend a few minutes talking about trader psychology or good trading words of wisdom or some, good kind of tips as far as trading goes. So we're going to spend a few minutes there. After that, I've gone down through my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. 3 requirements real quick before I enter any trade. First requirement, confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. I look at each indicator as a potential group of buyers, and therefore I want to see as many indicators, or in other words, as many buyers as possible lining up. That will dramatically increase your chance of having a profitable trade. Number 2, risk to reward is extremely important. 2 to 1 is my minimum, meaning that if I'm going to risk $100 to the downside, I need to be able to make 200 or more to the upside in order for me to make that trade. And then number 3, take a few minutes every day, consider how many positions you have, how correlated they are, how much account heat you have, and always position size your entries based upon volatility. So if volatility is higher, you buy fewer shares. If it's lower, you can buy a higher amount of shares. But I like to standardize my maximum loss, and I do that by dividing my maximum loss by the value of the 2 ATR. So I'm going to go through the candidates at the end of the day, go through them with a fine-tooth comb, try to find just the absolute very best possible entry, keeping in mind the 3 requirements that I mentioned just a little while ago. And if I find something that's good at the end of the day, I'll go ahead and purchase it right before the close. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, I'm happy to do that even before the market closes. So if you do, put them in the chat, put an asterisk or emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, if you have any new positions, if you want me to update any new positions on the board, either for a new entry or if you've taken something off the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day so that I'm done trading, all the pressure's off, and I will spend as much time as we need to get those taken care of correctly. Okay? All right, so that's the plan. Hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's take a look and see who is here today. Leva74 is here. Hi, Leva. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. Brian M is here. Hey, traders. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. Then we have Bob. Says hello, everyone. Hey, Bob. Steve Burns is here. Thank you, Steve. Always nice to have you here. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here in the group with us. I really mean that. I'm sure everyone else feels that way as well. Steve says, I'm looking at the 1030 EMA on DOCU. All right, let me write that down in my handy little notebook that I trade with. So DOCU with the 1030 EMA cross. All right, let me put that on here while I'm paying, so I don't forget. DOCU. Done and done. Thanks for that, Steve. Appreciate it. Hi, Johan. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Jatin is here. Hello, everyone. Hey, Jatin. Steve says, I'm looking at the 1050 SMA crossover on Etsy. 1050. Oh, this is a SMA on Etsy. But it has the same pattern, but this is already up big today, but it has the same pattern on the last crossover. All right, well, let's get Etsy up there as well. And thanks for always pointing those crossovers out to us, Steve. I appreciate that. Okay. Ramble Ron says, sup people, what's up, Ramble? Good to see you. Johan says, thanks, Steve, for always sharing your plans. I 100% agree. Ranger Traders here. Hey, good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day. Always nice to see Ranger Trader here. And hope you're doing well. Hope you and the family have a good Thanksgiving. Kamal is here. Hey, Greg and gang. Hey, Kamal. Good chatting with you earlier. Frank says, happy Thanksgiving to Greg and a great group. Thank you, Frank. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Johan wants to look at TWOU. TWOU. It's a higher low V1 close back above the 200. I like higher lows. That's for sure. Lower lows tend to fail the first time. Higher lows have the ability to move up. MACD is crossed over here as well. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't know how this back tests over the 200-day moving average per se, but it is a higher low V1 close back above. I do kind of like that, Johan. Tracy is here. Hey, Trace, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Say hello to Paxton if he's with you. David says, hi, Greg and group. Hello. Good to see you, David. Franks has a poem for us. Oh, I was wondering if it was going to be Thanksgiving related. So let's take a look here. All right. It's Thanksgiving, not Thanksgetting. That's a thought no one should be forgetting. Today, let's think of all the good we can do because being a trader makes us one of the fortunate few. Oh, man. So true. So true. It's Thanksgiving, not Thanksgetting. That's a thought no one should be forgetting. Today, let's think of all the good we can do because being a trader makes us one of the fortunate few. Man, that's like one of the best poems ever, Frank. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate that. Just wonderful. Just fantastic. And and right on point for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Ava is here. Hello, Ava. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday back to Ava. Jacqueline says, nice one, Frank, sir. I would say, I mean, that's just about as good and relevant as it gets, right? My gosh, is that good stuff. I'll tell you, Frank, sure would like to see a poem book, because that is good stuff. My gosh. Love the poem, Frank, says Ava. 100%. I mean, it's just a great poem. All right, let's take a look, shall we? Should we get started? We have a lot to get through today. All right, Microsoft had a nice setup yesterday. Had a V2, false breakout to the downside, closed over all the moving averages, closed over the 50 RSI. Ava, Gary, Frank, Yas, Johan, Johnson, and myself are in this trade. It was underwater a lot of the day today, but it has gone green now. It's not up a lot. It's only up 0.12%. No profit targets or anything like that, but it is holding support, which is important. And with any luck, maybe we'll have a little run to the end of the day. If I could hit one profit target, that would be a huge achievement. I don't really know if that's going to happen. But Nike, well, you know, yesterday I was feeling pretty smug that the market was up big and Nike was not up big. And I'm not feeling so smug today because the market is down, the Dow is down, and Nike's up. So this is a weekly trade that I have taken on Nike. I like the trade. It hasn't worked out so far, but we had a big down move. We rejected the 70 RSI. We rejected the third ATR channel. We rallied back up to about a 67 RSI. This pink line here on the weekly is the 70 RSI. So on Friday, if this closes above this line, I will have to get out, and that is my end of day, or end of week in this case, stop loss. Of course, I have my emergency stop all the way up here. Hopefully it doesn't get up there, but you never know. But if I know exactly how much I'm going to lose if it does get out there. And by the way, you have to be comfortable with what your maximum loss is on any one trade. A lot of people will give me a number, then I'll say, you know, it's probably half of that, because if you have 2, 3, 4 in a row, it's not going to be so fun, and it wears on you. So I think one of the best ways to increase your performance as a trader is lower your position size. You're going to stick with the plan better. You're not going to get shaken out of stuff better. So this is up 2% on the week. It's up 0.78% today. So that one is so far is a loss. Okay, Spotify. Who is in Spotify? We have Johnson, Steve, Brian, Miko, Johan, and myself. We got in with the 1030 EMA crossover, got in at 269.60. It is up $1.06 today. It's 271.20. So we are so far all in the money on the trade. No profit targets, but very glad to be positive on the trade today. My overnight SPY trade. This was such a close entry and exit. I'm going to have to go to a smaller time frame. I got in yesterday at 363.22 and I got out at 363.16. So what is that? 4, 5, 6 cent loss on the overnight SPY trade. Of course, I will be buying this again today at the close and selling it on Friday morning. VIX, this has been the stinker of all stinkers. I did take VIX back here. We had an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. It's just gone down. Had one big day here where I was glad to take some profits and take some position size off, but it's just been a downhill move. Did hit one profit target here, which I'm glad, because it just reduces the amount of shares I have. It's just gone down. But I'm sticking to the plan. I'm holding this until I get a close under the 30 RSI. But again, I like to take the VIX trade. This one's not working out, but I do like to take the VIX trade when I have a legitimate signal, because I have so many long positions. So it's nice to have a little bit of a hedge. So, okay, Apple. I did buy Apple. Let's see. We have Frank and we have Gary. Frank and Gary. Yep. Bought Apple with the 1030 EMA crossover at 1658. Initially moved up nicely, took profits off as I always do when it moves up, then came back down. I had to get out of half of my position 2 days ago when the price closed below both the 10 and the 30. But I did keep half, which I'm glad, because the last 2 days we've had a rally. I have not had a profit target on this yet today, but pretty close. If I take a look here, my first profit target is up here at 116.79, and we're at 116.17. So I don't know if we're going to hit that today. We got pretty close earlier, but I'm glad it's up. Beyond Meat. All right. Beyond Meat, Johan, David, and Gary and I bought Beyond Meat. Really good setup here. A lot of things going on. Under 30, over 30. Under the 200, over the 200. Under the negative third, over the negative third. Bought it here at 126.91. It's moved up like a champ. It has just moved up like a champ. I did get out of half of my position here when we got close to rejecting the 50 RSI. We are down today. If today closes below yesterday's low, let's see, yesterday's low was 140. If this closes under 140, I will be out of the entire position and lock this in. But this has been a great trade. From entry, current price up 9.39%, but I've already got out with the rejection of the 50 RSI. If we get a close below the previous day's low, I will get out of the full position. And Miko and I were on Skype last night and discussing this, but this is a good example of entering under 30, over 30, reject the 50 RSI, and then if we get a close below the previous day's low, then I will get out of the remaining position. But this has been a really, really nice trade. Alibaba, just real quick, because there's a couple different things going on here. I did sell puts on Alibaba down to $180 because of the 200-week moving average as support above the 180 strike price, and also the nice confluence on the monthly of the 50-month moving average and the -1. So that one is nicely in the money. Of course, with puts, as long as the price stays above 180 by January 15th, I'll be able to keep all the premium. Now, on to directional trades. Johan, Ava, David, Quad, Kamal, Johnson, and Gary bought Alibaba with the directional trade with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Bought at 257.17. Has moved up nicely. It's down a little bit today, but let's take a look. So far, everyone from entry to exit's up 7.18%. So very, very nice, everybody. Congratulations. And then I had one day trade today. That's it. I looked at the screen all day and I only found one that I liked. It was a short on Exxon. Here was my short. This is a 5-minute bar. We rallied up hard. We came back down. We rallied back up again. Then on the bar that I entered, we had a V1 to the downside. We also lost the 5 and the 20. We also lost the 50 RSI. I shorted here at 41.22. Moved sideways, down sideways for a couple bars. Then we had a big downward thrusting bar in which I got out of half. I always get out of half whenever I have a big move my way. I covered at 40.96, and then a couple bars later I had a close above the high of the previous bar. So I shorted at 41.22, I covered at 41, and I covered at 40.96. So pretty good. The day trading streak is staying alive pretty nicely. Okay. Gary's here. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Brian says, thanks, Frank. We have a lot to be thankful for. Being able to make money during this pandemic is a blessing. Oh, I 100% agree. Jackson says, if we look at DOCU, it kind of has a VCP pattern. Let's observe if it tests 244 again. I'm not sure I know what a VCP pattern is. Well, when I look at this, let's see here. Are you talking about a cup and handle pattern? Because that is what's kind of forming here. It actually, technically, for a cup and handle, you need to have the cup. It needs to come back up to about 75% from the high to the low. So ideally right about here, and then have the cup and handle pattern. But I'm sure there will be some buyers if this cup and handle pattern here triggers, and in other words, if we take out this fractal over here. So that's on the watch list to take a look. Ranger likes Frank's poem. I agree. Gary says work chart has blown up today. Oh, wow. Wow, up 31.81%. Unbelievable. Jatton says volatility contraction pattern, sir, same like Tesla had. Oh, you did well on Tesla. Ramble said, should I sell my AMD calls up there? Well, I don't know. You know, I can't really tell you, Ramble. I mean, we've made a higher high. We're making higher lows. We haven't rejected the 70 RSI. I mean, if I was in this trade, whether calls or whether just regular stock position, I'd probably be hanging on to that. Up 35% though, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Let's get on to everyone's positions because there are a lot of them. Kamal entered DraftKings earlier today when we were chatting at 50.67. It is currently 50.40. So is down a little bit so far in the trade. He broke the breakout. PAYC, Kamal Johan, bought this really nice return to value sideways motion V1 at 381.75, and it has just gone up beautifully. It's up 1.89% today. So these two gentlemen are up 6.51%. Very, very nice. Chewy. Yas bought Chewy at 66.42. It is 69.30, up 3.08% just today. So very nice, Yas. Alibaba, we already went through. Facebook, Kamal bought Facebook way down here at 265.90. It's 276.05. It is down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. Shopify, look at this big day from Kamal. Kamal bought Shopify at $893 and $900. It is currently $1,020.66. Kamal is up a whopping 12.19% on that trade. So congratulations, Kamal. UGL. Steve bought UGL. UGL is double leverage gold based upon the GLD confluence of the 200-day moving average and the 30 RSI. Steve bought it here yesterday at 61.96. It's 62.02. So it is up, and he is up on the trade. REGI, Ava, bought REGI at 56 even. It is at 60.27, up 3.66% today. So up on the day and nicely up on the trade. I'm really becoming impressed with Ava's trades. My gosh. Steve and Miko bought CarMax yesterday with the 1050 EMA cross at 96.25. It's 95.44. It's down 0.58%. So a little bit down on the trade and a little bit down on the day. TUP is Tupperware. Ava had a beautiful trade on Tupperware at 31.85. It is 36.30. It's down 1.04% today, but up nicely on the trade. Jatton bought Google at 17.48. It is 17.75, up 0.38%, but up nicely on the day. Okay, GILD, Quad has been in this for a while at 60.81. It is now 59.63. So down on the day, down on the trade. PayPal, Johan, look at this. This is such a perfect example of sideways motion, coiling up, moving sideways, and then exploding. You know, I don't like to buy this kind of stuff. I like to buy things when there are very calm like this, because from this you can get possible big moves up. Johann is up 4.12% on this trade. Just today, up 10.39% on the trade as a total. Man, your guys' trades are just fantastic. I mean, unbelievable. Brian bought W at 243.09. It's 250.22. It's up 3.51% today and up on the trade as well. So congratulations. ALGN, Jatson bought ALGN back here at 441. It is 473.53. It's down just a little bit today, but really nicely up on the trade. These trades are amazing. I mean, just amazing. MasterCard, Gary sold put spreads, which is a bullish position on MasterCard. He sold the 290, 280 January 15th strike price. It's 341. Essentially what this means, as long as the price stays above 290, Gary will make all the premium like he did last week when he closed out Intel. YNDX, Kamal bought YNDX at 62.17. We are now 65.56, up very nicely on the trade and up on the day. Low, this is Frank. Frank bought Lowe's at 148.59. It's at 155.46. So very, very nice, Frank. Tesla, Jatton, okay, bought Tesla back down here at 415. It's 570.69. He sold half yesterday, which I think was a good idea, although it is up higher today. Jatton is up on this trade from entry to current price 27.16. Jatton's had some good trades, man. Just so many dang good trades. AYX, Johann bought AYX on the weekly, so this is a weekly trade. He bought it last week at 115.39. It is 118.23, so he is up nicely. Glad to see Johann branching out into some weekly trades as well. The Qs, Jatton bought the Qs at 284.60, and Frank also bought a half a position. It is 296.73, up 0.77%. Lyft, Ramble bought puts expiring January 21st, $30 puts. So this has to be under $30 by January 15th in order for Ramble to make money on this trade. So this is a bearish trade. He wants it to go down. Zanga, Bob bought Zanga at 791. At 798. So did really move. It rejected that 200-day, but it is down on the day, but he still is up on the trade. DT, who is my DT guy? Ah, shoot. Who bought DT yesterday? I think I accidentally erased it, and this is a beautiful trade. So let me know. Sorry, but somebody, I think it was Johann, actually. I think it was Johann. Bought at 36.36. Higher low V1 close above the 200, up 4.87% just today. Just unreal. Just fantastic. Netflix, Johnson bought Netflix yesterday at 477.40. It is 485.76, up 0.6% today. Very nice. Snap, Gary bought $44 puts on Snap expiring November 27th. So that's Friday. So this has to close below $27 in order for Gary to make money. So this is a bearish position. Johnson bought Eli Lilly at 143.17. It moved up, came back down, up again. It is down today a little bit, but Johnson's still up on the trade, which is good. And last but not least, Teladoc. Frank bought Teladoc at 182. It is currently 190.21, up 2.03%. So very, very nice, everybody. Okay, let me take care of just a little bit of business here on my end. Okay, that's taken care of. That's taken care of. So let me just take a real quick look. All right, so Microsoft has moved up a little bit. That's good. Nike still getting me on the short side, going up. Spotify rallying pretty nicely. That's up for us. VIX down as per usual. Apple rallying pretty well. Maybe I will hit that profit target. Okay, so Johan, that was Johan. That's what I thought. It looked like a Johan trade. That's all I can say. Does that make sense? When you watch as many people trade and students as I have, I kind of get the personality, right, of the chart. Okay. Very nice, Johan. Oh, I missed some up here. CRM Salesforce is in talks to buy work. Okay, that makes sense. Frank says, it seems Robinhood traders are dramatically affecting the markets. I think that is always true. Johan says, meanwhile, CRM is down almost 6% with high volume. Money changing hands, says Jatin. Miss PayPal, it was a double bottom at 173. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. Listen, real quick. Today I'm not going to talk about trader psychology. I'm actually going to talk, kind of an observation from a really good trader about setups. And this is Tom Canfield at Canny4, great channel over on Twitter, really great trader, has great information. He has a fun personality, but let's see what Tom has to say. In my humble opinion, the concept of a coil is very important. And if you don't know what a coil means, something really tightening up and moving sideways, just like we looked over at PayPal, that coil that happened there. I don't care what time frame you trade. Prices go from high volatility to low volatility and back to high. But within all that, you want to see price compression like a coiled spring. So let's go over here to PayPal and let's see what, I'll give you an example of what Tom is talking about. Okay, and I can't find it. All right, here's the trade from Johan. Like I said before, look how this is coiling, right? It's like winding up like a watch. The more this goes sideways, the more it's going to break hard either to the downside or to the upside. We don't know which way, but we do know it's going to break eventually. Just like things in life, things go from low volatility to high volatility, right? That's why, with Kamal Scanner, he wrote the code so that he finds stocks that are just moving sideways. Like I mentioned before, I do not like to chase momentum like this. I like to buy when nothing's going on, no one's interested, and then moving up. But it always does this. Sideways motion, either to a trend up or trend down, and then it will probably go sideways again, and then it'll have either another trend up or another trend down. I was talking with Kamal about Merck. Look at this coil. Look at this coiling on Merck here, everybody. Right? Nothing exciting. We had a strong move up. Now we're coiling. Will the next move be up out of this coil or down? I have no idea. Right? But I have ways to, tell me trigger either to the short side or the upside. But anyway, back to Tom. Let's read it again. In my humble opinion, the concept of a coil is very important. I don't care what time frame you trade. Prices go from high volatility to low volatility, or in other words, they trend to not trend, back to trend. But within all of that, you want to see price compression like a coiled spring, just like I showed you on PayPal. So I know it's exciting to buy things when they're moving, but honestly, I just don't feel like, my honest opinion is buy when things are not doing anything and then sell into the people that are buying the momentum, right? So thank you, Tom Canfield. Appreciate that. And again, he's at Canny4. He has podcasts occasionally, but he's a fun guy to follow, so I would really recommend it. So thanks, Tom. Okay. Well, let's take a look and see what's happening. Here is Amazon. So Amazon is somewhat interesting here today. You know, there's a nice crossover with Amazon, but it's the 1030 EMA crossover. That crossover has not happened. See how the pink is still below the orange or the gray? However, we did trigger a fractal today. Here's our high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. We did trigger that fractal today. We're at 53.13 RSI. We're above all the moving averages now. I kind of like the possibility of this trade. I liked it. It's happening in the value zone. MACD went positive, which is also nice, right? Confluence of signals. So Amazon is potential for me today. NEE. Excuse me. Well, you know, if it wasn't for this bar, we would have a nice return to value sideways motion in a V1. Here would be day 1, day 2, but day 3 did not close above day 1. But it is an inside bar to day 2, which if you want to just move it on in there and melt it all the way in, it would be a V2. You know, again, every time I see a big skyscraper bar larger than 1 ATR, there was a whole lot of selling going on here on a lot of volume. Does that mean it can't go up? No, it certainly can go up, but just that one fact is going to make me pass on NEE. DDOG, we also have a fractal. Here's a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. We are triggering that fractal today. MACD is also positive, and we have over 50 RSI. Let's turn to the weekly, see what the weekly looks like. It's above the 50, has rejected the 20. Some pretty strong downward motion here that it has to come into. So with that being said, let me look over on Amazon. I like Amazon's weekly better. For one, you know, we had the big up bar, we came back down. Now we're above 50% of that Fibonacci number. So with that being said, I still like Amazon better. Wait, that's the one I just looked at, right? Yeah, that's the one I just looked at. CHGG, it's a higher low V2 for sure. Here's day 1, here's day 2, day 3, day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 closing above day 1's close. My risk is going to be down here halfway of the washout bar. I see all these up here. I see the 100, I see the 50, I see the 1 ATR channel. Are we for sure going to get rejected there? No, for sure not. But if I'm, you know, if I'm taking an educated guess, I have to look and say, okay, my stop would be here. From here to here is my risk. From here to here is my probable reward. It's not a 2-to-1. So therefore, I'm going to pass on that. Blue. Nice under 30, over 30. Kamal pointed this out to me earlier. It's been a long time since we've been above the 5 EMA. We have rejected it already today. I don't think I'm going to buy this, but it would be a better sign, Kamal, if this could, in addition to going under 30, over 30, that it could close above the 5 EMA as well. ISRG. Don't really see anything on Intuitive Surgical here. FactSet Research. It's So low or high, we need to wash out this low, so no. MTH, we talked about coiling, we talked about moving sidewards. Well, this is certainly doing that. It's a V1 today to the upside. Not a very good washout bar, so I think I'm going to let that one go. EXEL, some sideways motion here, but I guess it did go under 30, over 30, but again, it's rejecting. I just don't see a lot of confluences of signals. It looks like we have a double bottom with a bullish divergence. However, this first move down here, we have deep bars. We rallied to some green, but these are more than half of this. The best divergences come when this is very deep, and this is less than half of that depth. So no, I'm not going to do anything there. TLND earlier had a V2, but now it's rejected and untriggered. FNV. Nice close back above the 250-day moving average. I don't know how that back test. It's a little chasey. Wicks. Higher low V2, but the key here is, did we reject the 50 RSI already? 49.52, pretty close. So the market already went up there and got sold into. So for that reason, I'm going to pass. BIDU has just gone down. Now we have a couple days of sidewards motion. You know, if we could get a V1, V2 rejection of the 200, that would make me feel a lot more comfortable. Yes, it has held to 50, but it's also rejecting the -1 ATR channel above. WBA is Walgreens. Looks like the 5 did not cross under. It was a bit of a kiss, but I just don't see anything there. DG, Dollar General, we have a 520 crossover. But you know what I'm going to say, right? Big down bar over here. Look, we got right, we came all the way back up to halfway down. So here's halfway. I would expect it, or not be surprised at least, to come up here, but this is right where it got stopped. So I'm not going to do anything with that. REGI, oh, Ava already has that one. Yeah, I mean, fine if you're in it like Ava, but to take it here, I don't see any reason to take a new position. CPRT, nice sideways motion, consolidation, but I don't see a clear trigger. DOCU, okay, so this is what Steve was talking about, the DOCU. Let's take a look. Yeah. 1030 crossover in the value zone, has earnings coming up, so we'd have to be aware of that. So let me do a little math on this. I'm taking my maximum allowed loss on any one trade, and I'm divided by the value of the 2 ATR. And that tells me exactly how many shares to buy. Pretty nice, right? Okay, so that is definitely a potential. And then Etsy, Steve has the 1050 SMA. Okay, here's an SMA chart right here. 133.11, 132.97. So it is a crossover. MACD is positive. It's just borderline whether or not I can take that trade. It's very close to the second ATR channel, but we will keep it over here. So those are the 3 potentials that I'm looking at today. Let's look at the weekly on Etsy and see if we can divine anything. Fine, no problems there, really. Just a little high here, and did we reject that previous high over here? And we did. We've rejected this previous high over here. So right off the bat, that makes me like DOCU better. Yeah, I definitely like DOCU better. So those are my 2 potentials for today. Amazon would have to close ideally close above this fractal point here, and then DOCU with the 1030 EMA. Good, just have to be aware of earnings. So, all right, we have about 15 minutes. Let me go back to the chat here and let's see. Jathan said, it is literally a great concept, the coil. Would recommend do some read about rocket theory by David Ryan. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Ava says, watching IPR. IPR? Oh, IPR. Yep. Has a V1 there, a little high for me to buy, but you know, talking about consolidation, it is definitely consolidating there. That is for sure. One thing though, Ava, see the big down bar we have over here? Halfway of that bar is about all it could get above. It went a little higher today. We're getting close to that second ATR channel. It's a 66 RSI. You know, 92, 93% of prices fail at the 70 RSI. But anyway, that's just my take on it. ACMR. I like that one better for sure, because we have sideways motion, we have a beautiful V1, we have a bullish engulfing bar, we have a close above the 50 RSI, and you know, a good place for a stop on this trade would either be just a close below the 50, or if you want to give it a little bit more room, halfway of the washout bar here. Let's look on the weekly. The big bar gave all of it back, which is not a good sign or a great sign, but there is volume today too. Looks pretty good. Johan, NVIDIA. Well, it looks like it was good that you did not hold through earnings on NVIDIA, Johan. Do I like it? It's, here's, well, yeah. Close below, higher low, V1, V2 here. It's definitely legitimate. Did we reject the 50 RSI? That's what I'm going to have to see here. Pretty close, but not technically. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Gary says Amazon calls, tremendous volume. I like the fractal, may buy here. Frank says Amazon needs to split. It's like eating a pizza without slicing it. That's true. Johnson says Apple could be V2 plus close above 50. No V2 on Apple, Johnson. It was a V1 yesterday. See, here's day one, day two washes out, day one closes above. So you can't have a V2 after you've just had a V1, but it would be good if we could close above the 50 RSI, but you can see that 50 RSI is just acting like a weight overhead here. David says blue. Oh yeah, I looked at this earlier, David. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not super excited about it. It went under 30, over 30. That's all it did. Didn't have a V1. Rejected the 5 EMA above it. So I'm not that excited about this, to be honest with you. I mean, it could go racing up. I have no clue. But just dealing with what I have to deal with here, all I have is an under 30, over 30. And of course, you know, I like to take trades that have multiple indicators lining up if possible. Okay, so the high over here was 3189.25. So I am considering buying this, but I am only going to buy it if it closes above this fractal. So that's the plan on Amazon for me. DOCU back over on the 1030. Yeah, I do like it. It's crossed. It's in a valid. It's just right at the top of the channel, but it definitely has some room to move. And on the weekly, it looks good. We had a big bar up. We came down and we've recovered the 50%. So just have to be aware of earnings that happen on 1203. Okay, real quick now. I have to take a look at my current positions. Microsoft is fine, up a little bit, not much. Nike, of course, is my shorts, come down a little bit. Spotify is fine, nothing to change there. SPY, buying that overnight. VIX recovering off the low. Apple, we just talked about. Nothing I have to do with Apple. Beyond Meat, it looks like I'm going to have to get out of Beyond Meat today. Again, under 30, over 30, moved up, rejected the 50 RSI. Now it looks like we're going to close below the previous day's low, which was 140. So if it closes under 140, I'm going to go ahead and exit the position. But that was a really great trade. Very, very grateful for that. So let me move this over here. What do we have? 8 minutes to go. All right, so let me put Amazon. And let me put DOCU. That's not DOCU. DOCU. All right, so my line in the sand on Amazon is 3189.25. It is currently under that. So most likely DOCU is the most likely trade here for me today. And very likely getting out of Beyond Meat. Okay. Amazon's like eating a pizza without slicing it. So true. Now, what did Gary have to say about Amazon? 3,200 calls. Have tremendous volume. 31,000 in open interest, 6,000. I like the fractal 2 may buy today. Yep. I like the crossover. I like the under 50 over 50. I like the fractal. I like that we're above all moving averages. But again, I like when it can close above the fractal's high as well. Okay, so Steve is long DOCU on the 10-day 1030 EMA crossover. I think I'm going to be right behind you there at the close, Steve. Paycom doing well, Chewy doing well, Shopify doing very well, REGI. Boy, I've never seen so many positions. Snap. Oh, that's a short position. Okay. Tesla. Woo! Way to go, chatting. Way to go, my friend. Way to go. Man, Jatton's Jatten's a trader. The more I see Jatten's trades and analysis, the more I'm very, very impressed with so many of you. Not just Jatten, but so many of you. My gosh, I mean, we've got some strong traders in this group. That's all there is to say. I would put myself about mid-pack. Let's see. Amazon doesn't quite look like it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Beyond Meat right now. Is it going to go up? I don't think so. If it does, maybe I'll get back in. But I just have to clear some things off here. Okay. Beyond Meat, I am out of completely. Amazon's going to be close at the end there. All right, I'm just going to buy DOCU right now. $0.15 spread on that, by the way. All right, I think I'm done. Oh, that's great. Oh, good, it came back. Whew. So I am going to put Amazon here in the queue. If for some reason it does close above 389.25, and it definitely could. So I'll just have to watch that. $31.89.25. So we have 1 minute to go. So it looks like I'll probably be passing on Amazon then. Looks like Microsoft selling down there at the end of the day. Yep. So it looks like I'm definitely going to be passing on Amazon. Okay, good enough. That's fine. And I don't hear them. There it goes. All right. So overnight SPY trade got at 362.66, and DOCU I got at 224.12. So I'm going to put these on the board. I'm also going to do all your entries and exits, but just real quick, super quick, before I move on to that, I just did want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course. I think it's really good. I teach you everything I know, and learning one-on-one with your teacher, I think, is the best way to learn. So you can ask questions. We have lots of repetition. I ask you a lot of questions to make sure you have it. So if you are interested in taking this course with me, it's $1,000, but I think it's worth every penny. You can send me an email, which is in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And then if you reply, I'll set up a Skype call with you. I'll find out a little bit about you. You can ask me questions about the course. And then if, after the call, you can email me if you're interested in taking it, after we get done with the call. So I think you'll like it. So if you've been thinking about it, just send me an email and we'll get it set up, okay? And then if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help keep the channel around and build the channel, and it's useful for sure when it comes to YouTube, because the more likes you get and interaction and so forth, the more they put the channel out in the results, and that's what kind of keeps it all going, right? So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so SPY. My new SPY trades at 362.66. Okay. In DOCU, I got filled at 224.12. Now, I know Steve entered, and this is based upon the 1030 EMA cross. And let me take a look real quick here, see where Steve got filled. 223.29. 223.29. Good fill, Steve. Okay, Yas is in DOCU. Gary says, I exited the rest of my snap calls for a 145.49 entry to exit. Wow. Wow. Congrats, Gary. Where is snap? Did I already take it off? I don't remember doing that. Oh, here we go. Oh, those were calls. Okay, so you're done. What a trade. Congratulations, Gary. Proud of you, my friend. All right, Gary's in DOCU. And out of Beyond Meat. Yep, I am out of Beyond Meat as well. To give myself some room here. Baba, Chewy did well, Paycom, DKNG, and then I'm going to put Beyond Meat over here. Okay. That was a good trade on Beyond Meat. Johan is in Okay. And also add a Beyond Meat. Nice trade there, bud. And Baba. Oh, Johan. Sold 1/2. Oh, I think you sold 1/2. Yeah, that makes... I can't remember now if you sold it yesterday or today, but regardless, we've got it up there that you've sold half. Bramble said, held on to my AMD strong end of day. Oh, that's good to hear. Let's see how it ended up for Ramble. Up 1.94%. Yeah, I don't really see anything negative. I mean, the only thing I could even see on here is that it rejected this previous high, but we've been making higher highs, we've been making higher lows. 59.44 RSI is not extended. MACD is positive, so congrats, Ramble. Gary says, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. See you all. Have a great rest of the day. See you Friday. Sounds good. And my understanding, the market's closed tomorrow, right? Maybe somebody can confirm. I assume it is. It's Thanksgiving. And then just to confirm, Friday, it's a half a day. It's 3 hours shorter. So 1 o'clock Eastern is when the market closes. So 1 o'clock Eastern is 11 o'clock my time, and I want to start an hour before. So 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Friday is when I will be having the podcast, in case you are interested. Now, YNDX, did I already take? Okay, so Kamal took YNDX off. Beautiful trade there, my friend. Very, very nice. And in DKNG, which I believe I already have down. Yes. Have Kamal in DKNG, yes. Brian is in DocU. Okay. And TMO. Okay, good. Good. Good luck on that one, Bri. Frank's in the SPY trade, okay. I don't know if Yas is. Gary said, sorry, puts. Yeah. Are we talking Snap? Yeah, I think we are. Okay, Amazon's coming off because it did not trigger. Exxon was my short. Okay, so sold puts on Alibaba, entered DOCU with the 1030 crossover. Apple, I'm still in from the 1030 crossover as well. Glad that it rallied the last couple days. VIX doing horribly at 31. If it closes under 30, that's where I've got to take my medicine and get on out. SPY, overnight SPY trade. Nike I'm short, and Microsoft did end up closing down today. So weird day. A lot of my ups were down and my downs were ups, but that's how it goes. Lova says, thank you. Love coming here to learn. Love having you here, Lova. Thank you very kindly. I appreciate that. So I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving tomorrow, and be a nice day. And that was, such a great poem from Frank. And I'm just going to read it one more time because it was just so great. It's Thanksgiving, not thanks getting. That's a thought no one should be forgetting. Today, let's think of all the good we can do, because being a trader makes us one of the fortunate few. Man, that is just 5 stars. I mean, all the way around, that is just 5 stars, Frank. And thank you for that great poem and pertinent to the time. And, speaking of being grateful, let's go out and show our gratitude, do something nice for somebody today, right? Just give them a hand, be pleasant, talk with them, tell them how much they mean to you, right? And just do one nice thing for a human every day. And also, it would be twice as good if you could just go out and try to do something nice for an animal as well. Just take them on a walk. If you have a dog, throw the ball, give them some attention, scratch their head, right? Pat them on the butt, whatever, give them a little love, give them a treat for sure, right? But one nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal would really be good. Ramble has SPY calls and GLD calls. Okay. I will put that up there then, Ramble. Ramble Ron, SPY calls, and GLD calls. So I am interested in buying GLD because of this 30 RSI 200-day confluence, but I just want to see if we can get a thorough rejection of this 200, which, it will help to, it would give me more confidence that the market already tested these levels and didn't want to go any lower. That would give me more confidence to get into the trade. But who knows? It might just take on off, and that's that, right? And my patience will cost, but that's okay. All right, got your gold calls on there. Johnson is out of Eli Lilly. Okay. Profitable all in all, so that's good, right, Johnson? In DOCU. I must already have Teladoc on here, do I? Yes, I do. Frank's here. Okay, I'm going to put Frank's over there so I know that's his. And then I'm going to put Johnson's here. Okay. Holding Microsoft, Spotify, and Netflix. 10-4. Roger that. I've got those. Johan says, thanks for the session. Happy Thanksgiving, Greg, and everyone. Thank you, Johan. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And if you're up there flying around, please be careful, huh? One of these days when you're up flying, you have to say hi from the plane when you're up there flying. That'd be awesome. Brian says, with our blessings, be sure to give thanks and give to others so that they can be thankful. 100%. I just love Frank's poem about it's Thanksgiving, not thanks getting. I've never heard that before. That's really great. That's really great. So Ramble says happy Thanksgiving to all. Yep, happy Thanksgiving. If you're driving to go to dinner, please be careful. Just be careful all around, huh? All right. Well, I think that's it. I think that's it for the day. So thanks again for coming. Remember, Friday, different time, 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So we'll have a short day and we'll be out of here by 11:30 my time. And Johnson says happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Johnson. Appreciate that. So, all right. Well, I think that's it. Gonna head out, go for a walk. And hopefully we will see you all Friday at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the short session. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. Government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.